Hi folks, Kyla Lowe here again with Smart Again Tutoring. Just wanted to show you some of the new changes in Gmail because some of you might be seeing it. If you don't have Gmail, consider this a crash course in why you should have Gmail. The first thing you might notice is that I have a really pretty picture in the background. Kyla, how do you have that really pretty picture in the background? It really helps me see all my emails set aside here. So first thing, this little gearbox here in the upper right corner, click on that, goes to settings, and you have all these great little things. You can look at the old look, but only temporarily. Themes, that's what we're looking at. When you choose a theme, sorry that it's running a little slow, it lets you mess with the colors, put a picture in the background, that sort of thing. When you put a picture in the background here, as well as some of the ones down here, not necessarily just a color, but a picture, it will help offset the images, the emails that you have, right? And that's one of the biggest complaints that people have, is that they blend right in with the text, right? So a little tour. Compose, still right here. That's how we write a new mail. Our little mail drop-down button also has our contacts, and if you use the to-do list, it's right here. This little box, this is what we use to select when we either select all or none or starred or unstarred, when we're trying to find things like that. This is to refresh or reload if we want to check and see if we have any new mail that's coming. More, that's where everything else hides. Notice when I hover over any of these buttons and just leave my mouse there for a second, they pop up and tell me a little bit more about what's going on. In this More button, you can mark everything as read, but it also says select some messages. So we'll take these three right here. They have nothing to do with each other. And all of a sudden we have all these buttons up here. This one, the box with the arrow, that means archive. That's what you should be using instead of a trash can in Gmail. There's really no reason to ever really trash an email in Gmail. There's millions and millions and millions of bytes of space for you, and you should never have to trash anything. If you think something is spam, that's the stop sign with the exclamation point. And if you really do want to delete something, it's the trash can. To file it in a folder, it's the folder. Or to tag it with a label, it's the little tag or label looking like a button. And the More button, of course, mark it red, important, not important, stars, filters, all kinds of great stuff. Gmail is really sophisticated as far as being able to order and sort of predict whether or not messages are important or not. It's a very interesting sort of system. One of the neat things that I just found, as I promised, is how to put a picture in the bottom of my email. So we'll go up to the gear up here next to my little picture and go to Mail Settings. And then you can't just upload a file like you would if you were attaching it to an email. That image has somewhere on a website, right? And there's a lot of interesting ways around that, but in this case I'm going to use this header image that I have off of my website. So I'm going to do a right click, or if you're on a mouse, that's the control, a Mac, that's a control click. And that brings up that context sensitive menu. I'm going to save the image's URL, which is its website address. It's where it lives on the internet. Look how it's snowing on my website. Isn't that neat? So neat. Go back to Gmail now that that page has loaded up. And we're going to go down to the sig, or the signature. And see this little guy right here that looks like a little mountain? It says Insert Image. So I'm going to go ahead and delete what's there, and click on the image, and it wants the URL. So I'm going to edit and paste it. And it says right there, or it said right before it did it, if your image is correct, it'll show up right there. If nothing shows up, even after like a minute, then probably you've got the wrong URL. I'm going to hit OK. Now, it looks huge. Huge. That's okay. When we click it, it lets us change the size. Small, medium, large, original. I'm going to go with large. And I can even add text. And that's where I would put maybe the phone number of my business or some catchy little quote or something like that. If you just want to put in a picture of a cat or something like that, you can do that. Be careful with using someone else's images or like copyrighted images, that sort of thing. Just be super careful with that. So be sure that you scroll down to the bottom and hit Save Changes. Very important. We'll go here to Compose, and right here at the bottom of our message is our image. Look how pretty that is. Very exciting, isn't it? It is. This is useful if you have an image from a business card or your business or something like that that you'd like to throw at the bottom of everything, but it needs to exist online somewhere. It's possible that you can use an image from a Facebook gallery if you have an image up there on an album, but I'm not totally sure. Someone test it out, let me know. And if you have a personal website, just upload the file to your website. It doesn't have to show on your website. It just has to exist at a www. something. If you need extra help with that, send me an email and I will be happy to walk you through it. That's Kyla at smartagaintutor.com. That is it for today. Don't forget that we have a beginning Facebook class on Thursday. It is free. There's class at 1 and at 4 in the afternoon. And of course, much more classes coming up the rest of January and February. Stay tuned for more videos. Next week, we'll talk about timeline in Facebook. Have a great one.